Holmes gets a block from Richardson in the backfield. 15, 10, 5, juking right, touchdown!
Okay, thanks so much again for joining us for another mock draft simulation we're doing here at All Things Football. We have another request from our subscriber, Jordan Studman. He wanted us to do a 3-round mock draft for the Los Angeles Rams. So that's the team we'll be drafting for today. So we'll go ahead and draft the Rams. I almost couldn't find them here in this pick because their old logo is still here. To be honest, not a really huge fan of their new logo. I think it really looks kind of silly and kind of obnoxious. But that's neither here nor there. We're just going to draft them as a team and not grade them on their choice of logo. So we'll go ahead and get started here with the Rams. We'll do rounds 1 through 3. I'd love to hear your feedback on what you think of their new logo. I've heard a lot more negative feedback than I have a positive feedback. So if you positive feedbackers out there who love the logo, let's hear from you. And so we'll just do a 3-round mock draft right here, and we'll go ahead and get started. So the Los Angeles Rams are an intriguing team in this draft because they don't have a first-round pick at all. Rounds 1 through 3, I believe they only have 2 picks in the second round and 2 picks in the third round. So within the 3 rounds, they still have 4 picks, but they don't have any picks in the first round. That's because they gave that pick up to the Jaguars for Jalen Ramsey, the cornerback. And so they did get rid of Aqib Talib, so they are in need of another cornerback option there to pair alongside Jalen Ramsey. They're not going to be able to address any of those concerns, though, until pick 52 in round 2. Obviously, they can jump ahead in the draft, but for this mock draft purposes, we don't have any trades available to us, so we are just set with the picks we have in rounds 2 and 3 to address the draft needs, the overall team needs for the Rams. So we're on the clock right now, so we need linebacker, edge, and cornerback. Let's go ahead and take a look at the linebacker position we have for us here. So we have Jordan Brooks, Willie Gay Jr. Perfect. Let's look at edge. We have Joshua Uche, Curtis Weaver. Nothing too crazy. And then cornerback position. So cornerback position is still pretty deep. Here in round 2, we do have Cameron Dantzler and Bryce Hall. I really like Bryce Hall coming out of Virginia. So we do have picks right here, pick 52 and pick 57. So we are just 5 picks in between that. So we should be able to feel comfortable in getting the biggest need we have first, which would be a linebacker position. We need to get stronger there, up there towards the front of the line. So we're between Jordan Brooks or Willie Gay Jr. Let's go ahead and look at the draft summary for Jordan Brooks. I really like Kravs' summary. He has a nice little summary here at the end. He says, Brooks projects as a sub-package defender at the NFL level. Working Brooks into a 3-down role is likely to require him to play the will, where his range and short area quickness can be amplified without tasking him to address blockers with consistency. Brooks' game is predicated around playing in space and being slippery to attack the line of scrimmage. His best value comes as a QB spy or blitz player. He's a fairly visual defender, so giving him free roaming reps is a must for best results. So I really like this pick, Jordan Brooks, for the LA Rams, and the reason why is you got to look at the division they're in. They have the 49ers, they have the Seahawks, and they have the Cardinals. With the Seahawks, with Russell Wilson, a very mobile quarterback, he's able to extend plays, run out of the pocket, pick up first downs with his legs. Same thing with Kyler Murray. We saw Kyler Murray in college, especially last year in his first season in the NFL. He's able to extend plays and run. He was running for his life a lot last season because of a poor offensive line. So I assume they addressed that in the draft, and so he's going to be able to, but he's still able to run around and make plays with his legs. And so to have Jordan Brooks as a quarterback spy, a quick player who's good at tackling in the open field and covering those open spaces, I think would be perfect for the Rams here. If he falls to them at pick 52, which would be their first pick in round 2. So we're going to go ahead and draft Jordan Brooks right here with our first pick in this draft. And 5 picks later, we're up again at pick 57. And so the only cornerback here we lost was Cameron Dantzler. And so, as I said before, I really like Bryce Hall out of Virginia. We can pair him up with Jalen Ramsey. Let's also look at our edge. We do need edge. We need help on that defensive line to help Aaron Donald out. So let's go ahead and look at Joshua Uche. I'm sure I botched that. Let's see here. So Josh Uche is a fascinating defender who brings ample versatility to the NFL field. Any defense that can carve out an attack role in their front 7 without the labors of consistently stacking the line of scrimmage will have the most success with Uche. Versatile enough to drop into the shallows and zone and explosive enough to win off the edge, Uche projects best as an Anthony Barr type athlete, as a will linebacker who can roll onto the edge and attack as a rusher. this sounds like a great pick, especially because they did lose Clay Matthews. Clay Matthews didn't add a lot of caliber to that defense. He is older in his tenure in the NFL. So I like Uche right here to provide that much needed defense, that attacking the line of scrimmage, very versatile player to come off the edge and to disrupt, Garoppolo, Wilson, and Murray there, especially in the division. So we're going to go ahead and grab Uche right here. I feel comfortable with that pick. And so we'll go ahead and see when round 3 comes up. We got about 2 picks left to see the picks that we can go ahead and grab. Our next pick up is at pick 84. So looking at what we've addressed already would be the linebacker position and the edge position. And so we're pretty strong there. Let's look at the defensive position still. The offense is pretty solid. They did, however, just lose Todd Gurley. So I'm going to look here at the running backs. I know it's not necessarily a top need, but I do think that their offense really meshed a lot better when Todd Gurley was explosive. And he was running around the field, busting up the hole, making plays, scoring touchdowns. When he wasn't as effective, they did not do very well. We saw them in the Super Bowl without his production. And last year, without his production, they really weren't the best. And so I like picking a running back here, actually, for them to open up. We have Eno Benjamin or Zach Moss here. Let's go ahead and take a look here at Benjamin out of Arizona State. So he projects favorably as a potential lead back in a gap power heavy rushing offense. Benjamin brings sufficient power, lateral mobility, and impressive contact balance to the table, as well as viable receiver skills that make him a potential 3-down contributor in the NFL. Benjamin must continue to work on his patience, however. Too many reps end with him crashing into the backs of blockers as compared to patiently allowing backs to develop, hence his fit in a gap and power system. Let's look at Zach Moss right here. See which one we think is better. Zach Moss has the potential to serve as a high-end feature back at the NFL level. Moss's skill set projects best into an inside zone system where his one-cut ability and burst through gaps will allow him to diagnose the point of attack before bursting into space. Moss possesses viable third-down skills as a pass protector and check-down receiver as well. Despite not having the best athletic profile in the class, Moss offers a complete skill set and should find success early in the pros. So based on that pick, the difference with the Los Angeles Rams, I like Zach Moss for them. He's going to be able to provide that explosiveness, also in pass protection, be a 3-down back for them, because right now they really don't have anybody in the running back position. And now anybody can obviously step up, but it doesn't hurt to get better at that position in this draft. And so we're going to go ahead and draft Zach Moss right here with our pick in the 3rd round. And so I know, some of you guys may not like that pick of running back maybe too early, but just looking at the production that they had with Todd Gurley and with the production they had without Todd Gurley, I think an explosive, powerful running back is something that's crucial to Sean McVay and his offense. And so we do have another pick here at the end of round 3, pick 104, just before it's about to close. We'll go ahead and look at the cornerback position right here. And we have Amik Robinson, Michael Ojemudia, or Josiah Scott. And so I think Amik Robinson from Louisiana Tech is going to be our best option here when we look at him. He's a nickel corner who, in a zone-heavy defensive system, has the ability to be a high-impact ball hunter in the secondary. It is easy to appreciate Robertson's ball skills and anticipation in the secondary, although his lack of size will limit him from playing consistent press against tight ends or wide receivers on the boundary. Robertson has the foot quickness to transition into pattern, match, and swoop to attack the football, but his usage on the outside should still be sparing at least. He's not going to be as used here on the outside, but he is a ball hawk. Those offenses that they're in the division do like to chuck the ball, and so I think that he'll be able to, with some help from his DB coaches, the defensive coordinator, might be able to get better in those aspects to be able to go and defend those tough wide receivers in his division. So we're going to draft Amik Robinson right here with our last pick in the draft, in our mock draft. So that is just rounds 1 through 3. In the real draft, they will go through round 7. They should be able to address other concerns, and they may do a ton of different things different than what I did. They may not draft a running back that early and go a different route instead. But I just continue to see their play. I think a running back is a crucial role for them as an offense. So let's go and look at our picks to see if we addressed our concerns. We have a linebacker and edge. I think our first 2 picks in round 2, we are working in late round 2 area. So our picks are sparing. And so we were able to get Jordan Brooks at the linebacker position as well as Joshua Uch at the edge position. I think those add great versatility on the defensive side of the ball, as well as Zach Moss with our picks in the 3rd round to add an explosive running back, someone that can hit the holes, also provide pass protection and be an overall 3rd down back, and as well as a Mick Robertson, who's going to need some developmental work on the outside covering those receivers, but on the inside he's going to be able to track the ball, make good plays. And so overall, I really like this mock draft here for the LA Rams. They didn't need to get that much better on offense, but definitely on defense. And I'm sure with still free agency available as well as the rest of the draft, they're able to address all those concerns. And so this would be our 3-round mock draft for the Los Angeles Rams.